What up, dogs? Mr. Allen here. We're going to write the equation of an ellipse in standard form with a center of -4, 2, a vertical major axis length of 12, and foci at -4, 6, and -4, -2. What are the coordinates of the covertices? Ooh. Okay, so we got a two-part here. We got to write the equation and we want the covertices. That's delightful. I love multi-part questions. So first things first, when I'm doing these problems, I like to sketch them out. And since you're usually not given a graph in a problem like this with just words, let's do a rough sketch together rather than me getting one of my fancy graphs up. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got the sketch here. I got center at -4, 2. So -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2. Whoop. There we go. The vertical major axis of length 12. That means I'm going to go up 6 and down 6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm right up here. And I'm going to go down 6. So that's another 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Okay. So there's my vertices. Doesn't ask for those. All right. But does ask for my covertices. Now my foci are at -4, 6. So then we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm at -4, -2. Boom. Okay. So what kind of stuff can we get here? Let's start putting together our equation because I feel like that's helped before. So I'm going to have this bad boy right here. And now which one's my A value associated with? Since it's going up and down, that's going to be associated with my Y, isn't it? Okay. Well, I have my center. It's X minus -4, so that's going to be +4. Y minus 2, that's going to be -2. And then since my vertical major axis has a length of 12, that means my A value, A equals 6, right? Because the length is 12. So half that's 6. 6 squared is going to give me 36. And then now we need to get our B value, don't we? Which is associated with our X in this case. So for that one, I'm going to need to do that little A squared minus B squared. A squared minus B squared equals C squared. So I know my A squared is going to be 36. I don't know my B squared, but what is my C squared? Have I gotten that yet? No, I have not. All right. So if our center's at -4, 2, and then my foci, one of them is at -4, -2, that's going to be 4 away, whichever way I go. This length right here is 4. Be careful counting on your rough sketch. I went back to my coordinates for that very reason because I was like, is this at a 1 or a 2 for my Y value? It was hard to tell. So go back to your coordinates when you're rough sketching, all right? So in any event, this is going to be 4 squared. So now I'm going to have 36 minus 16 equals B squared. I'm going to bring that B over to the other side. And now I'm going to have 20 equals B squared. So really, I can just pop that 20 right up here since that's what I want, right? I'll make that blue. That's going to bother me. I thought I picked blue. I thought I picked blue. There we go. All right, and now I've got my equation, right? There was oh wait, covertices. Got to have those covertices. All right, so how am I going to get my covertices in this one? Well, my covertices are going to be dependent on that B value, right? It's going to be dependent on that B value. So that means I'm going to be going with that root 20 right there, with that that 20 there. I'm going to need to square root both sides. So I'll have B squared equals the square root of square root on both sides. Break this down into 4 and 5. That's going to be 2 and 2. So I'm going to have 2 root 5, and that approximates to around 4.5. Okay, it's pretty close to 4.5. So that means that I'm going to be going out right about here. If that's 1, I'll be halfway between there, right? So how am I going to get that? And we're going to want to get that as an exact answer when we answer these types of questions. Well, if my center is at -4, 2, and I'm moving to the right and moving to the left for my covertices, what value is changing? My X value is changing while my Y value remains the same. So I can have -4 plus that 2 root 5, comma 2, that Y value will stay the same, it will stay 2. And I will also have -4 minus 2 root 5, comma 2. So those would be my two covertices. We could also have written that as -4 plus or minus 2 root 5, comma 2. That'd be Gucci as well, all right? You can do that plus or minus. Got to check with your teacher if they're cool with that. I'd be cool with that, man. I'd be cool with that. All right. That's it. That's it. We got everything. Quick recap. We're good.